Hey y'all, welcome back
Hey y'all.
to the No Name, No Shame podcast.
No shame.
We've been gone for about 2 months, but we are
Missing.
back. I am Patrice, your local neighborhood crafter, and this is my guest,
Street Life Terrell.
Street Life Terrell.
Street Life Terrell.
All right, so
Hustler extraordinaire. The man of your dreams. I
dream.
can turn a penny into $1 anytime.
As you guys can see, he's excited to be back. I'm excited to be back too because I've kind of missed doing podcasting and everything with you. And today we know that we have been missing for a while. And we're just here to kind of give you all a little bit of motivation to refresh, get started. Life happens, stress happens, and we're trying to find our own ways, though, honestly, to get through a few things so that we can be more consistent. So, Terrell.
So guys, as you guys know, me and Patrice, we're teachers. I know a lot of people don't think I'm a teacher here, but I am. And we got really busy about 2 months ago. And this happens with most teachers. You know, we start a new school year, or for you guys out there, starting something new, like a new job, maybe a kid to the family. And we just got busy, and it was hard to put in the time needed into the channel. So, we had to stand back a little. But now that we're about a month into the school year, a month and a half, it's time for us to shift back our focus onto the channel. And you know what? We got a lot of great things now to offer. I got a 3D printer 2 months ago that Patrice just paid me for today, or her half. And
You are like, why? Like, I don't even understand what's the purpose of you even saying that.
no, I just wanted people to know you owed me money for 2
I
months.
said I owed you money.
I'm not paying people back.
I just gave you. First of all, I was looking at him today looking so pathetic, and I was just like, you know what? You forgot to give him his money back. Maybe he'll be happier. And so I gave you the money, and now this is what I get.
Yes. But anyways, you know what? What I wanted to talk about is just like dusting yourself off when things aren't working and starting over. So a lot of the things that me and Patrice started at the beginning of this channel, our second podcast was about weight loss. And that was hard because after we recorded the podcast, Patrice ran and started eating some like potato chips and stuff. So she already failed the first day, but we're starting it back. We're starting back our weight loss challenge.
Yes.
We're starting back making videos.
Yes.
And you know what? Guys, when you try things, sometimes you fail, but you always got to get back up and try. And I'm going to tell you like just a little story about this guy I know. So he's a businessman, and he would buy like any business that would come his way and try to make it successful. But he just kept failing and failing and failing. Well, he also had a little bit of money, but he found a gold mine. And I'm not going to say what type of business it is because we're on a school campus. But when I'm telling you this man, after trying and trying and trying, he's like a
Found success.
multi-millionaire.
Okay.
Like stinking rich, giving away cars. He actually gave me a chair, a $500 chair, which I was very thankful for. But that's another thing.
That's a whole nother situation.
So what I wanted to say was like, we fail in life sometimes. We fall down. Dust yourself up, get up, and start over.
I agree. And it sounds easier said than done. It does take, sometimes you need a little bit of motivation to even get up once you've fallen. Sometimes you need a helping hand, somebody who can help like lift you up and give you that encouragement to continue. But it definitely can be done. It can be done. And so today we are going to just talk about ways of like getting that done and moving forward once you have, and we're not even going to say it's failure, once you've kind of fallen back a little bit, once you've kind of, lost sight of your goal, that's what we're going to talk about today. So What do you have to offer?
So one of the things I would say when you fail, myself, I'm data driven or data, depends how you want to say it.
Data.
So I like to look at why I failed and see what I can change to make myself successful. And that's a big thing with me. So it's reflecting on what I did, how I did it. Let's say it's a business, who I put the business in front, who I should have put it in front, or even my diet. Why did I fail? What can I do next time to make myself more successful? So I think reflection and looking at yourself historically or just the data will help you come up with, better ways forward in the future.
Okay. I like that. I think definitely reflection on like where it could have went wrong, what you could do, what you could possibly change to, improve or get back on track. For us, it kind of had like, it might sound like excuses, where we started something and we just kind of said, you know what? I don't have time for it. And it's not because of a lack of effort. There were days where we wanted to, record or wanted to show what we were doing on camera, and it just didn't happen. We were prepared to do it. It just didn't happen because guess what? We've worked all day. We've dealt with students. Or might have gotten punched in the eye. A student might have cursed me out. And so it's just sometimes like life has a way of draining you. So how do you get that fuel? How do I get that fuel when life drains me? I like to surround myself by people who I know have my best interest at heart, who have good intentions. And when I am slacking a little bit, I have people who will tell me you're slacking off a bit. Or, well, a lot of people don't really tell me I'm slacking off too much because I probably do way too much. But when I do slack off in certain areas of my life, I have people who will tell me, listen, you're kind of neglecting this for this. This is running really well right now. It's okay to put your focus into what it is that you truly want to do. And so that's one way that I'm able to kind of get myself back up. I definitely a lot of times cannot get back up by myself. I need people who, will encourage me and people who I can respond to. And so I think that's one way, you have to vet people. Know who's in your best interest. If you fail, don't call your friend who is also failing or your friend who is not going to necessarily speak life back into you or be positive. You all know your friends. You know what friend, is good for this. You know what friend you want to call so that you can just cry about and moan and groan about. And then you know those friends who, when you call them, you instantly feel life. That's who you want to call.
So the next thing I would say to pick yourself back up, don't dwell on failure. So I know a lot of people when they fail, they just think about it and it brings them down. I personally take a different approach to it. I fail all the time. I probably fail every day, but I don't let it bother me and I just keep it moving. Because you know what? Sooner or later, I'm going to be successful at whatever I'm trying to do. And you know what? If it's a certain thing that I'm trying to do and I didn't do it right, I go and I research it. I hit the YouTube like you guys are on right now, and I see how to do it correctly. There's lots of information. So the next time that I do it, I am successful. But the big thing I want to say is don't let failure bring down your mental health or affect your mental health because it's really not that big of a deal. We all fail sometimes in life, but that's the road to being successful.
And I'm going to add, which might not be a popular opinion, lay there. When you fall, stay there for a minute. Truly feel what is happening around you so that you can kind of understand like how it makes you feel, why it happened, which also goes into a little bit of reflection, why it happened, but stay there. Enjoy that time. It may not seem like it's going to be enjoyable, but there are days when I'm like, you know what? It's not going to be today. And I'll just lay there, I'll relax. But during that time, change your mindset. Try to focus on other things. And the biggest thing that I will say is forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for making plans, for having a goal, and not meeting that goal. Because the more you harp on yourself, you're gonna have your days when you say, oh, if I would have did this, I would have been so farther along. Or that's a way of keeping you back. You may not look at it like that, but that's a way of keeping you back and not really like progressing to what it is that you really want to do. Yeah, you might have not made that goal, but things around you, could have contributed to you not making that goal. So lay there. Get all those feels in. Feel what it feels like. You may be angry, sad, hurt that you didn't make that goal. Feel it. Once you feel it, forgive yourself and leave all of those feelings there on the ground where you fell at, and then you can go forward. But definitely forgive yourself.
So I think for tips, I'm out of tips now.
I think I'm out of tips too.
Okay, guys. So I guess that's the conclusion of our podcast. Thank you for joining us.
It is so great to be back. I'm excited. I have missed doing this. Aren't you excited, Terrell?
Yes,
You don't sound like you're excited.
I'm very excited.
It doesn't sound like it.
This is the most excited I've been all day.
Thank you guys so much for hanging with us. Remember, if you fail or if you fall, it's okay because you're still alive and you still have an opportunity to be successful and to kick that failure to the curb.
Peace.
Later.